Ever feel like you can't sleep? You have anxiety? You can't eat? Your family life's getting affected? You're depressed? All those negative feelings. If you felt those things and you feel that it stems from hatred, I may have one or two things that may be able to assist you to overcome that. And so today I'm going to be speaking about how to let go of hatred and dislike. It's pretty simple, yet it's very tough to overcome these things because the emotions is what sometimes overruns what logic can bring. So I'm going to give you a bit of a backstory on. Sorry, just give me a second, guys. Can you just keep it down back there, please? Anyways, sorry about that. I'm going to give you a bit of a backstory on something that happened to me in the recent past. I was working for a company and I worked really hard. I gave my all, and no matter what I did, it felt like this manager that was above me just wouldn't give me space because number one, I had experience in the job. Number two, I was a manager. All right, I had worked as a manager for 11 years prior to this job. So I came from South Africa to America and then I got a job. After some time, I got my green card and then I got a job. But it was me walking into a job with managerial experience as well as physical experience on the job. And the guy knew that. Straight up knew that. However, when I would suggest doing the job that he gave me in a different way that would simplify things, he wasn't happy with that. Or I would do a job and it wouldn't be quick enough, even though I did it probably the quickest that was there in that moment. I mean, there was another guy that was my friend, and him and I always competed against each other. He had been there for a number of years, and I was pretty damn quick because I'm good at my job. All right. Anyway, so I had great difficulty with this manager. No matter what I did, I tried everything, and so it became really. I became very burdened going to work. I struggled because it was like you go to work and you know what that day is gonna bring. It's just so hard. Anyways, so in developing this very deep dislike I had for this person started getting a lot worse, and I realized that it made no difference to this person. I had the dislike, I had the upsetness, I had the anxiety, and this person would go home happy. No issues, no cares. And that was when I realized, things need to change. He wouldn't change. So I needed to change something. I had to evaluate the situation and see what would work best for me. And I thought to myself, let me talk to him. Let me go and talk to him about what I'm feeling and see if maybe something would come of that. And we had discussions. I'm a very open, honest person, straightforward. What you see is what you get. And it wasn't quite met with resistance. It was more met with this cover up. You know, this manager did not have experience on the job. He would get information from other people that had been working there for 18 plus years and use the information. Now, he didn't realize, or doesn't realize, because it's more the fact that you're taking someone else's opinion when you don't know what you're doing yourself. So he discredited me for what I had done, yet he didn't even know if it was wrong. He didn't even know if it wouldn't work. And so when I did bring that up to him and explained the situation, he covered it up with another excuse, said he got information from another worker, and it wasn't worthwhile. And so I started realizing that no matter what I did, as I said earlier on, nothing would change. I tried to talk to him. I tried to give what I'd felt, the whole situation. None of that worked. So I needed to change my situation. I went home and I spoke to my wife, and we had long conversations about what we should do. All right, she was in college. I was the only one working, and we had our responsibilities. So it made the burden even more. I had to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning and work till about 5 in the afternoon. So you'd get up early. Now, it's really worthwhile when you get up and you're doing something you enjoy. I hadn't been on the floor as just a worker and not a manager. I would be a working manager in the 11 plus years that I did work. It was hard for me to go to work because of my previous experience and be unhappy as what I was. So Jan and I started talking, and I had her to vent to, and she helped me through a lot of it. And she said I should try meditation. And I tried. Guys, I tried meditation. Sorry, just give me. I do not want your ideas. Come, push on, push, get away, get away. Sorry, these guys just not leaving me alone here. I tried meditation. While I say it didn't work for me, it may work for you. My mind was too busy to calm down, because I would start thinking about things that I would want this person to feel. You start building up these vengeful thoughts, vengeful feelings. They start building and getting worse. And therefore you don't sleep well. You don't eat well. And as I say, it may be different for everyone, but these thoughts start building, and it just got worse. So when I tried to meditate, I had a very noisy mind, and I really, really struggled. And so I decided to take a different approach. I sat down on my own, and I started thinking logically, because I'm a very logical person. I'm a forward thinker. I think about what other people do, or their actions, or why their actions take place. But sometimes when you are in this frame of mind where you have this dislike and hatred, or whatever those bad feelings come from or stem from, it's hard to go back to that. So I went and I sat quietly on my own, and I started forcefully pushing these thoughts out and thinking, why would this person react like that? Is it the fact that they feel inferior? Is it the fact that they feel silly because they don't have knowledge of what I speak of? Is the fact that they're scared that I may be right? Or is it the fact that they are right? You know, it's not just about me. I also looked at how this manager had treated other people and saw that people were treated with favoritism. And so putting those things together in that moment, I realized that the only thing that would help me would be to leave the company, because I wasn't going to grow. There was no room for growth for me, because I already was met with resistance. Seeing how other people were treated, and some people were treated like kings and some people were just treated like dirt and used. Oh my gosh, used. And so I can sit here today and tell you that I don't have a dislike to this person. I do have an understanding of how this person reacts because of just the way they are. And so I chose to move away. For me, moving away helped me release that. Because being in that environment every day can become toxic. And so moving away, I got a much better job in a managerial position. And I was very happy, you know, that I was able to move on. But some people aren't able to move on. And so taking a situation and analyzing what the best would be for you as a person is very, very important. Is it worth the sacrifice of moving away? Whether you feel that you can or you can't. Because you put yourself through that emotional torture every day, and other people suffer. Your family suffers, your children, your wife, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, whoever it may be, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, they all suffer from your anxiety without realizing it. And so sometimes we've got to take steps that we don't really want to. Steps that we fear. We fear moving. We fear losing a job. We fear the unknown. And so going and sitting quietly and evaluating what you need for yourself and what this other person or people have done. Number one, are they approachable? If they aren't, you're going to have to find another way around it. You're going to have to forgive within you so that you can move on, because they are not going to move on. And most likely it's going to burden you and not them. So it's better for you to go sit down, evaluate, so that you don't have the effects. Try meditation. And if that doesn't work, talk to someone close. Someone that doesn't influence you falsely. Someone that's not going to give you the answer that you want. Someone that's going to be truthful. Or sit on your own. Sit on your own and think. Push those negative thoughts out of your mind and think about exactly what you want to do. What is good for you? Take on those fears, because it's going to affect your heart, your personality, your emotions, and is that worth it? So what I took out of my understanding, my learning from people around me, was that I needed to find a way to let go of myself. Move on. And heal. Because healing will make you happy. And you need to find that process of healing. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.